What tender words were spoken? Were their hearts broken? Or was true love realized? If dreams therein the mystery lie, can time there be suspended? To know, I try to recall how the story ended.
Hi, and welcome to Kelly, where we talk about life, your life and my life, and through Kelly, we hope to inspire. I have Bambi Kimball on the show today, and she is literally a local artist. And when I say that, I mean, she does beautiful illustrations, and you've done illustrations for children's books and you've done, I know even for my mother, you did a sketch of
Vivian Lee.
Yes.
Scarlett O'Hara.
Scarlett O'Hara. Mm-hmm. And so to give a little bit, the song that she just sang, she also wrote that song. So she has many talents within her. Who kind of nurtured these talents within you as you were growing up?
Well,
you come from a big family.
Yeah, I come from a big family, and my parents, of course, they were both creative, and they were our biggest cheerleaders. So they encouraged any kind of creativity that we had. So we always had that, and I used to like to draw. I used to love to draw.
Does anybody else in your family draw?
Not really. I mean, they do, but they don't do it
not on the level that
the extent that I've done it.
Right.
I've done it, quite a bit, and I've, sold some things.
So let's go through and show some of these pictures. So, I want to hook you up with Holly Britt. She's a girl that was recently on the show, and she has a children's book, and your illustrations are so beautiful, and she's done really well with selling her books and things. So it would be a good connection for you.
Yeah, so this is illustration from the book that I illustrated with my sister, and.
So what is this story about?
So it's about a little girl who making all kind of excuses not to go to bed.
If people are interested in buying your books, where do they find them?
They can go on Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, these are the original illustrations in the book, and then.
And this is?
It's called Good Night Again.
Uh-huh.
And it's by Jennifer Tanawi, my sister, and illustrations by me.
And when did you guys get the idea to do this together?
She had written the book, and she, of course, knows that I draw. She draws, too, but she just doesn't put the time into it, I guess, or doesn't have the time. She's so busy. But she wrote this little story, and she asked me to illustrate it. So I did. I worked on it, put it all together, and self-published on Amazon.
Okay.
So that was a learning
Let me see what all you have in your stack.
So when I first started drawing, always used to sit and listen to my Engelbert Humperdinck albums and would draw for hours. So I drew all kind of people, including him. And he actually decided to use my drawing in his tour book. So that was a very, very special. And then I met with him several times. I've met with him when I was a child. He started out in the late 60s with the song Release Me, and he's had a lot of sold many, many, many albums. And always been a fan since I was a little girl, and met him when I was little, and over the years have followed him and have met him several times since. I just saw him last in September, I think it was.
And
and I met with him again, got to see him. But so
when you met with him this last time, you guys actually decided it wasn't you got together with him, right? You have to remind me of the story.
Yeah. So his daughter had contacted me about the drawing and wanted to use it in his book. So I said, yeah, sure. So we she arranged it for me to meet.
Were you so
backstage with him.
excited
I
when
was
you
so
found
excited.
out?
Yeah, so I got pictures and autograph and everything else, and I even brought my mom and my aunt and my cousin with me, so we all got to meet him. It was real exciting, and he's just so sweet. He's such a sweet man.
And he was the
He's
same
still
way?
touring. Oh yeah, and he's just so gracious and sweet, very special. So I was just thrilled, you know.
That
It's
is
just so
awesome.
really, really special to me. And he actually has the drawing in his house. The original drawing is in his house. So just imagine that, you know, I've got, you know, it's just really, I can't even describe how.
So when did you
special
get
it is.
into drawing people?
Actually, I started drawing people, I think it was from Gone with the Wind. It was Clark Gable was the first one that I was just so stupefied by. Clark Gable, and drew everything, you know, that I could get my hands on. And my mom saw this gift that I had for drawing faces, so she bought me a lot of the movie books with the black and white pictures, the old stars back in the, you know, in the 30s and 40s and 50s, and the lighting was so nice, and the color, you know, the shading and stuff, and it was really helpful, and it helped me to get better, you know.
Yeah, because shading is so, knowing where light is.
The lighting is so important with the drawing. It really makes a difference in the picture.
Yeah, I think that's the reason I was in art class for 4 years, and that's what I had a problem with, because I didn't understand.
The shading and the,
so I just shaded whatever I wanted to shade.
So.
But my husband has a degree in 3D modeling.
Oh yeah.
And he's a you know, he works with lighting on film sets and things like that.
Yeah,
So that's where he learned it, was from the 3D modeling, because it's so important to.
Yeah. I'm actually always thinking about the lighting.
So what do you what's next for you?
So I'm working on a storybook now for children with some little characters that I made. Little woodland creatures I made out of pine cones and things with little flower hats and stuff. So I photographed these things and I'm putting them into a story. So I'm working on that right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Bambi, first of all, I'm giving you this to remind you, you are a gift, and really I know I'm focused more on your drawings because I am so amazed by, I mean, really drawing is amazing because you can make things look so real to life through, and I mean, this is done just with a pencil, right?
It's just an ebony pencil. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. But he really loved it too. He said, I loved it so much, I wanted to use it, put it in my house. So
No, it's
so sweet.
Yeah.
I had written I did a little book for him too that I actually gave to him, and he really liked it too, and he's got it in his house, and his daughter commented on it, how nice it was. It's funny about the first time we met. So it was pretty funny the first year.
Well, if you want to meet somebody, just draw some really good pictures of them and write a book and send it to them, and I promise you, you will be able to meet them.
This is my Dear Mr. Gable book, but it's Dear Mr. Humperdinck. Dear Humperdinck.
So if somebody wanted to check out this book, where would they find it?
No, that's actually.
Oh, you just did this as a gift.
I have one for myself and one for him.
Really?
Yes, so
now
there's only
everybody's
two.
going to want it.
Yeah.
Well, okay, if you have some advice to give to an artist, what would it be?
I would say, just like from the line in my song, dreams in slumber fade away, or they're seldomly remembered. They're much too fine to lose that way. So keep your dreams in the front and try to make them come true, if that's really what you want to do.
Do you feel like, I mean, as far as, how old were you when you did this?
I was, when I did that, I did that recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did that recently.
But I was going
to... I was like I was really little. I would, in elementary school, I would draw faces. I started with profiles, and then I started...
Yeah,
you know,
but if you were like in the
grade.
5th grade, and I know you didn't draw this in the 5th grade, but these skills develop over time.
It was in the 8th grade. It was actually it was in the 8th grade, and I drew a really great portrait of Clark Gable, and my mom was like blown away.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
So she started, and I just kept on, and I was like, obsessed with it.
That's awesome. So if you guys have any questions for Bambi, leave them in the comments below. If you want to find out more about her work, please leave it in the comments below. And if you ever want her to draw you,
Would love to.
I'm just kidding. We hope that this segment educated and inspired you.